Good evening. Today was the day that my 2020 primary ballot arrived in the mail. So I went ahead and selected the candidates that I thought were best suited to do their jobs. I wasn't sure what a mark constituted, so I haven't actually validated my ballot yet. I am interested to see how many ballots will not be counted due to this mail-in process, and whether or not they have some sort of notification process to let people know if their ballots are not counted. On the news, there has been warning of an impending hurricane or tropical storm. If you don't know, here in Hawaii, every summer we have hurricane season, and so I wanted to get prepared. So I went to the grocery this evening and stocked up on some canned goods. As most of you know, I try not to waste money on food. If you haven't yet, please check out my video on grocery shopping and how you can save money while eating healthy. But sometimes you do have to spend money on necessities, and so I definitely don't want to be without canned goods if there is an electric outage or some other type of emergency. I luckily have not lived through a very devastating hurricane before, but I just want to be as prepared as possible and encourage everyone else in the state to do the same. Tonight I'm going to make a blueberry jam. I decided that I wanted to make this because I have some blueberries over from last week that need to be used up, and also so that I can have something that will last if I need to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or in my case, probably almond butter and blueberry jam sandwiches. So I'm only going to be using 4 ingredients. It's a really easy recipe. The ingredients I'll be using tonight are organic blueberries and organic lemon, non-GMO organic chia seeds from Nutiva, and organic blue agave. So here it goes. To start off, I'll give the blueberries a little rinse and throw them into this little pot that I have. The recipe that I'm using, which I found on Pinterest, just calls for 1 tablespoon of lemon. So I'll just cut a little bit off so I can squeeze it in. And this recipe says that lemon is really great because you don't need to use pectin, because lemon juice is a natural pectin source. It helps the jam set up and also helps prevent the growth of bacteria in your jam. I didn't know that. I don't even know what pectin is, but maybe I will do some research on that, or I'll just take it from this recipe. So now I will put a little agave in there. I don't really like a lot of sugar, so this recipe that I'm using actually calls for quite a bit of regular cane sugar. I'm using agave instead just because it's a healthier alternative. I also consider using honey, but I just have a lot of this, and so I decided to use it. And I think that's good. Maybe a little more. And I'm just altering this recipe a little by throwing in some chia seeds as well, but I'll do that after this heats up. So I'm putting it on the stove, and I'm going to put it at around low to medium heat. I need more of these little wraps because I only have the big one. I threw some of them out because they were getting a little old. But if you don't use beeswax wraps, I highly recommend them. I really like them, and actually I have a few more, just not small ones. So yeah. So the berries are now pretty much boiling. They turn this dark blue and then start to turn a really beautiful purple. And so I'm just going to start mashing them up. I have been stirring them, but yeah, it's really starting to heat up and it looks great. I'm really excited for this. So I'm almost done, I believe. It's really quick and easy and pretty healthy. I'm going to mix the chia seeds in next and finish this off. Alright, so I'm just going to add a couple tablespoons of chia seeds and finish it off. It is looking great and I'm really excited for this. Alright, so it's getting a lot more watery, and I added those chias. So I zoomed out a little just because I felt like everything was so close and that my head was getting cut off a little bit. So sorry if at the beginning of the video it was a little different. Once the jam starts to thicken, it's kind of ready to just start cooling down. I don't really feel like I've quite gotten there, so I'm going to just keep letting it marinate. When I'm finished, I'm going to put it in this mason jar for storage. So this jam is best used within the first 10 days of making it. However, if unopened, the jam could stay usable in the fridge for 1 to 3 months. I'm really making this for the weekend and the hurricane that we're expecting, so I'll probably use it. Also, I'm using blueberries, but strawberries are also on sale right now, as are cherries, and so you really can use this recipe with any type of fruit that you want. Lemon is a great acidic component, but you could also use like oranges or other citrus. Now it is definitely starting to thicken, and so I'm going to turn off the heat and let it kind of just continue to simmer down. As you can see, it is starting to really thicken, and I turned the heat off so it'll just kind of cool down, and then I'll put it into the mason jar. So since I turned off the heat, the jam has really started to come together and to thicken, and I think it's nearly ready to be bottled up into this mason jar. So I will show you what it looks like. This is probably, honestly, the hardest part, is just getting it into the mason jar without spilling. Yeah, I put a lot of chia seeds and they look beautiful. So this actually didn't end up being so much. I guess I just didn't have that many blueberries. The recipe called for 2 cups and maybe only had a cup. Maybe more. Should I taste it? It's good, and the chia seeds really expanded. Maybe the chia seeds soaked up some of the liquid, and that's why, but It's quite good, actually. And honestly, I probably put about 3 tablespoons of agave, but it's really sweet. I'm not really someone who likes a lot of sweetness, and so this is more than enough sweet for me. It's my little dessert of the night. So it's still pretty warm, but I want to just show you the final product. I know you can't see it that well, but it's really good. It's still cooling down. And yeah, it was really quick and easy. I hope that you enjoyed watching me make this tonight. And let me know if you try it out and if you like the recipe or if you make your own little modifications to it. I'll also be linking the recipe that I modified into my bio so that if you want to try something a little bit more traditional, you can. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video tonight. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I hope to share more about wellness with you in the future. As some of you know, I went to school in Arizona, and there I really grew fond of this natural, whole lifestyle where you avoid a lot of processed or preserved foods. As you can see, you can create your own natural and simple recipes, and I hope to share more of this with you because if you were to buy jam in the store, it would be like so expensive, but I made this for probably less than $4 or $5. So let me know if there's anything you'd like to see me make or do a little twist on. I hope that as we continue to really go through this interesting time in our lives, that we all just try to focus on the little blessings that God gives us every day, and take care of ourselves as He would want us to. So may God bless you, may God bless America, and may He keep us in peace and safety. Good night.